I just wanted to broaden the topic a bit because fraud, or the prevention of fraud, crops up in all kinds of different areas. And I wanted to talk about the financial crimes and the efforts made to to head off the frauds more generally, and then focus on the specifics a little bit later. And I just wanted to cast some thoughts across the steps that we routinely take on a daily basis: anti-money laundering steps, terrorist financing, the new provisions on proliferation financing, sanctions, and all the rest of the stuff, before we look at the scams and frauds more particularly, and some of the steps that we could all be taking to prevent those attacks from occurring. But for most businesses, technical protection, having a plan and a policy, sticking to it, training staff in how to stick to it, mitigating the risks wherever possible, managing the problem if and when it occurs are the minimum steps required. And governance and management of that kind count more than the technological innovations that I'm mentioning. So it's how we can exert control over those practicalities that I want now to consider. And one of the first things I would say about systems attacks is budget. Budget for it. 80% of firms experienced an attack in the past 2 years, and only 30% of them had allocated sufficient budget to the issue. They found that it was extraordinarily expensive by comparison to what they'd budgeted for. So, yeah, throw money at it. I know that's difficult in the current climate, with utility bills and inflation being as rampant as it currently is. But there's no getting away from the fact that this is a real threat.